Hello all, we're Dysfunctional Equestria. I'm Treebeard and I'm here with Duster, and today we're going to be interviewing Daniel Ingram.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you doing, sir?
I'm great, thanks.
Liking your visit to San Francisco so far?
Very good.
Alright, awesome. So, for the folks at home, why don't you give a quick overview of your career so far?
My entire career in 5 seconds or less.
That would be pretty good. You can pull it off.
Yeah, I write songs on My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and before I did that, I wrote songs and score for a bunch of other cartoons. And that's my thing. I write music for kid shows.
Mm-hmm. Alright. And we've noticed that when you write music for My Little Pony that we catch on to a lot of different musical references, and we just gotta know, what's your favorite Broadway musical?
Well, I just saw Book of Mormon 2 months ago.
Good choice.
For modern musicals, love that.
Alright.
Actually, one of my favorite musicals is Les Mis for Broadway. Just in terms of pure, just like intellectual rigor, it's amazing. But I do love a lot of musicals. I mean, Into the Woods is a great musical. Avenue Q is another really great modern musical by Robert Lopez. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many. Tangled is another great one I saw a few years ago. I love that.
Alright.
Yeah. I guess I tend towards more modern musicals.
Alright. Because we do notice a lot of influences, especially from the Music Man.
Oh yeah, Music Man, yeah, for sure. I mean, Sondheim, great. And Music Man is a great musical, it's true. Like, those references in the script, there was the Flim Flam song, it was sort of inspired by the Music Man. But that idea came from the writer. I can't remember who wrote that script now, it's been a few years. But
we'll look it up.
Yeah. So
get on it, Greg. Alright. So why don't you take us through the process what's the process you go through when you write a song for an episode?
Okay, so sure, I get basically we'll get a script,
Alright.
and then I have to perform a cultish ritual where I burn the script and look for signs in the smoke.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's mean, standard procedure.
Totally standard procedure, and then I basically
frankincense or myrrh?
Myrrh.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I strip naked and cover myself in black body paint and just do a sort of a rain dance around that for about 15 minutes.
Alright.
Ooh, 15? I usually do it for 10, but go on.
Yeah, I like to go the extra mile.
Of course.
Yeah, and then usually at that point, from the ashes, I can pull the song and it's done. And it's just there's this problem with having sold my soul to Satan. I'm gonna just deal with that later.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Trafficking with spirits, there's probably a few ways to get it back.
Yeah.
They probably need to look at the contract, though.
Yeah.
Alright.
He said if I can hang on for 10 seasons of My Little Pony, I can get my soul back. So we'll see.
That sounds like quite a race.
10 more BABSCons, go!
Yes.
Alright. So, with that in mind, how did you approach writing for Pinkie Pride? What was working with Weird Al Yankovic?
Okay, when they told me we've got Weird Al as our special guest, of course I was super excited because I grew up listening to Weird Al and his music, and then it was getting into his character. I mean, I guess with songs it's all story driven. It's okay, how is this going to advance the plot and his character and define his character? And they fortunately wanted to keep his character kind of Weird Al-ish. So it was Jason Thiessen who said, we've got to put a polka in this thing. And I'd never even seen, I'd heard many of Weird Al's parody songs, but I'd actually never heard of his polka medleys. Have you ever watched those?
I love
They go on for hours, incredible.
They're
Anyways,
amazing.
so I sat there for a whole night and watched polka medleys and learned polka and tried to figure that out. And that was super fun because I'm trying to emulate, what would Weird Al do if he were on this, what's going to work for him. And I also like the idea that it was a parody of a parody of a parody, right? Weird Al parodies other people, and so I'm going to parody his parodies. And then I'm going to parody a song from the show within that parody.
It's like a parody turducken.
Yeah, it's a turducken parody. That's exactly it.
Alright, so what character that you haven't written a song for would you really want to do if you got the chance?
That's an excellent question. I've always thought a really deep Luna solo would be cool. We haven't really done much. I mean, she's had little lines here and there. What else? I mean, it'd be kind of interesting to write an Octavia vinyl song, but I don't really know what I think it's kind of neat actually that they don't know anything. So yeah, I guess for now it's really like a Luna solo would be the one thing I haven't really done that would be really fun to do.
All right.
Yeah.
What's the song that you've had the hardest time trying to get done?
The hardest song to write was the Goof Off. Actually, just speaking of that, that was like because it's seven little songs in one or something, 8 maybe now, and that was just like piecing that together was quite a piece of work. And it actually started in a different order. It started with Pinkie Pie first, originally when I wrote it, and then it was like Pinkie Pie, then Cheese Sandwich, and back and forth. And they're like, nah, we think you need to start with. I can't even remember now. Whatever it starts with, we had to invert it. And as soon as I inverted it, that just messed up everything that followed. And so then I had to like reposition and work everything and get the keys right.
All right.
Yeah, It's Your Birthday Party. So it starts with Pinkie Pie, but it used to start with Cheese Sandwich. And they thought, oh, okay, it should start with anyways. So that was the hardest one, I'd say.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you play any instruments at all?
Well, yeah, I learned guitars and piano growing up. So I play guitar and piano.
All right.
And then I study orchestration. So you study like all of the instruments of the orchestra in terms of you can play them in your head. You just can't play them physically.
All right. So, what do you do in your free time?
Just watch My Little Pony, of course.
Oh. It's incredibly flattering.
I got a lot of hobbies. I just recently took up paragliding. It's my latest hobby. Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm going to GalaCon in Germany this summer and planning on doing some paragliding while I'm there. So that's going to be super fun. I also rock climb and I surf. I just got back from a trip 3 weeks in Hawaii over Christmas. And then and so mostly like I like doing those kind of things like physical stuff, being outdoors. Being from Vancouver, it's a very outdoorsy kind of community culture there, like mountains everywhere. So I snowboard in the winter when there's snow, and yeah, I just try to clear my head from being in the studio all day long. Because when you're in a windowless room for 8 hours a day, sitting at a piano, you need to kind of get outside.
You ever surf in SoCal or? In
I have on Venice Beach.
All right.
Yeah, does that count?
Yeah, it definitely counts. All right.
I would also have to follow up on another instrument question. Is there one you wanted to include in your show music, but you haven't been able to?
I always loved the accordion, and so fortunately with Weird Al's episode, that's where we finally got to use the accordion, one of my favorite instruments. Yeah, what's a good instrument I want to use? No, I don't know. That's an excellent question. Irish flute. I went to Ireland and spent a year studying Irish open-holed flute, and I have it in my studio, and I never get a chance to play it on the show, so that'd be kind of cool. We need to do some kind of Irish-inspired episode.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
There's a few different ways I could take it with all the mythology they include in a lot of
Totally,
times.
yeah, exactly. There should be an opportunity somewhere.
All right. So, do you have a song stuck in your head right now?
I'm thinking, what am I hearing? There's something going on in my head. I'm trying to figure what song is that. We did the sing-along yesterday,
All right.
and with the kids, and we did Under Our Spell, and I got that stuck in my head for most of yesterday after
Very
we left.
catchy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was TG's favorite song.
Yeah.
So he's not here, but
He's the other musical nerd.
Okay. What song is any song stuck in your head?
Right now it's Run to the Hills, Iron Maiden.
Okay. Cool.
That god awful if you like Pina Colada song.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why it just gets in there from time to time, and I just have to cleanse myself of. Is it Jimmy
Yeah.
Buffett? I don't know.
I would take a lot of cleansing.
I forgot his name, but I do know why you have it, because you had that Virgin Pina Colada
And it was good.
Bubba Gum.
The worst children's song of all time, in my opinion, is It's a Small World After All.
Oh.
That one is like, it gets stuck in your head in a way that's just like nails on your brain.
I have to repress that childhood memory again.
It's
It's
so
like-
creepy when you're in there, there's always little dolls. It's a
It's-
small world.
My sister took me
So-
through that knowing I was terrified of it.
Yeah.
It's so
crazy.
it's like
Yeah.
the brake pad on your car. It just
Yeah.
grinds it away
Yeah, yeah.
slowly. And
Oh my god.
by the
that's
time
horrible.
you get anywhere near finishing, it starts screeching and ripping at your
That's
sanity.
it. They should do a thing where they like take a half a bar out each time it loops. It just like skips sooner and sooner. Then it's like that would pretty much be like
That's
Guantanamo Bay.
that's a very effective mode of torture.
Yes, very effective.
All right,
So we should just do closing thoughts. I think we're running low on time. I'm not sure. No.
No,
Oh, we got lots of time. I
Time.
answer very short questions.
all right,
Man, a few words.
all right.
Uh,
So, what sort of after your tenure with the Prince of Darkness with My Little Pony, what sort of show would you like to write music for in the future?
I would love to do a real Broadway show. My secret plan is that My Little Pony is going to go to feature films, right?
It already has.
Going, yeah, and that'll be amazing. And then we'll maybe, I mean, this is just me dreaming. Trust me, this is not anything official. But they make more of those, and one of them we just decide that has to go to Broadway, and then start putting ponies on Broadway. Could you imagine? Like, how cool would that be?
We already had My Little Pony live, which
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
yeah.
I heard
That's a
about
good
that. It was
summary.
an
I was-
interesting experience, I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, they were like dragging their like broken legs behind them. Oh god, it was really
Front legs just,
disturbing. Yeah,
Angled.
yeah,
Kill me!
that's the problem. Like Lion King, you can put on Broadway, and like people can dress in a cat suit and put a mane on it. It looks good. I was trying to figure out like, can you make ponies look good as humans? But then you look around at all the cosplay that people do, and they look
can,
pretty great.
yeah.
So why not? They just need to avoid
They need to
doing like
The
doing it in
foam suit.
full suit fursuits or something.
Yeah,
You know, like
you
it
get-
needs to be kind of stylized in such a way that it works. But it might just end up looking like equestrian girls.
Yeah. The
You could do a
live
Lion
body-
King like thing where they have like the sticks that like control the front legs, like kind of puppetry type thing going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
It'd be very high production.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
ponies on Broadway. That would be really cool. I mean, in terms of shows, I always do girls shows. That's been kind of the history of my career. You know, with starting with Martha Speaks, which is kind of more of a girl show, and then My Little Pony and Littlest Pet Shop, and and I've done a few boy shows now. But I mean, those are fun. Like I did a show called Dr. Dimension Pants last year, and it was just like super
That-
crazy.
that sounds
rock
amazing.
guitar. Yeah, it was amazing. And but I'm back doing a new series for NBC this year, which is another girl show. I don't know if I can say what it's called yet or no. It might be.
Well,
There's
no.
non-disclosure agreements.
Yeah.
Well,
But you'll
we'll be-
find out soon enough. So yeah, I do a lot of girls shows, so it's always kind of interesting when I can step outside of that and do something that's another dream show would be like Adventure Time or Gravity Falls or something.
Oh,
like
man, that would be-
We're a bunch of
You-
Gravity
you-
Falls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're big
Yeah.
Gravity
Those are
Falls
magic
fans.
words with these.
Oh,
Yeah, I love that show. It's so funny.
It's so good.
And I was actually asked to originally write the theme song for Gravity Falls, or at least a pitch among 9 other composers. And it came down to me and the one they picked, and I just missed that one by a hair. But that would have been like a great feather in my cap for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're coming down to the wire, so
Okay.
any closing thoughts, any final thoughts you want to leave us with?
I don't know. That's so open-ended. I don't even know what final thoughts. Just be good to each other. That's
That's a good final thought.
and
Nothing wrong with that.
and sing as often as you can.
Well, given that I'm taking my trip back down to Orange County, I'm definitely going to be doing that.
All right, awesome.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you guys.
That's been Daniel Ingram. I'm Treebeard. This is Duster, and this has been Dysfunctional Equestria. We'll catch you all later.